So one of the things that's not readily noticeable when you first start to look at some of these compounds, especially with bond line notation, and if you have structures like these, it's what you call bond line notation. And it's really a shortened version of the overall compound. But if you look at this here, this is cyclopentane. What you have to do is train your eye to look at it like this. And carbon tends to like 4 bonds. So carbon equals, let's just say equals 4 bonds. So most of the time when you see carbon, you'll see 4 bonds. And when you look at this structure here, this carbon, this center little apex here in every corner has a carbon in it, and it's bonded to each of these other carbons. So if you look at this carbon here, it has 2 bonds with this carbon and this carbon. Okay. And so what you don't see and what's not shown is if you come all the way down here again and see this, you're going to have 2 hydrogens that's attached as well. So it would be good practice to kind of draw these in. That way you can get used to it. So so essentially what you have here is you have, let's just kind of draw it out. So you have a carbon here that's bonded to another carbon that's bonded to another carbon, and so forth, to get all the way around the ring structure. You get the idea. So all of these are carbons, and these carbons are bonded to these hydrogens like that. Okay, and usually when you have a substituent on here, say if you had a chlorine, say if some type of reaction took place, what happens is this reacts with this chlorine in some type of way, and you'll have chlorine or some type of other substituent on it. So it still has 4 bonds. It's connected to the carbons on each side here. It's connected to this hydrogen, and now it's connected to this chlorine as well. So just a little illustration to kind of get you used to that. And even this 4-line butyl group here, and you can see down here all of the hydrogens that's also bonded to that. And more of an expanded version of this would be CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. So this and this is the exact same thing. It's just represented differently because it's a lot easier to draw this than it is to draw that. And what this means is if you look down here, this has 3 hydrogens, which again, this and this is the same thing with the hydrogens added to it. And so you have these 3 hydrogens here on the end. See? And in the middle, you have these 2 hydrogens, right? Just like that. So it's probably a good idea to play around with the different representations, you know, as we see here, and kind of get a feel for it. And because especially in second semester topics, you're mostly going to deal with this here. And again, that's called bond line notation, or a little stick figure, some people call it. And also, just so we're clear, this right here is called the condensed structure or the condensed formula, which you will see mostly when you're first starting out. condensed structure, or condensed structural formula. So you'll hear them called either one.